Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Unapologetic Tea Time with your host, PG. That's me. Well, good Friday evening, all. It is nearing the hour of 12 midnight, soon to be Saturday morning. But it's been a minute since I've been on last. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm still here. I'm dealing with everything like pretty much everyone else is, as you all know. And if you don't, I live in the fucking red state of Georgia. And it is, they opened up some stuff today. So, as you can very well see, the title of this vlog is Enough is Enough. And I thought long and hard about in this last week or so what I wanted to say and what I wanted to talk about. And the shit just kept piling on and piling on and piling on. And, you know, it's just like running over, like the toilet overflowing, the sink overflowing, and the stuff backing up in the shower and the bathtub and both lavatories. That's how deep this shit is that we're in, that we've got ourselves in. And yes, we are in a guess they don't want you to say the word pandemic. I'm not sure. We're in this crisis situation. So I guess that's what I'm going to say. But enough is enough. And I'm going to use that idiom um, like I want it to be used or like it would be used. Um, and I'm going to break it right down to you right quick and do the short and skinny of it. Is enough. If you even try to look it up, I'm not sure, but I know that it is an idiom. And I'm using it to say that I want something to stop, basically, because I can no longer accept or deal with this situation that we're in. Um, hey y'all, how y'all doing? I see that I got 2 people tuned in. I can't really see you. I'm on my laptop right now, and that's all I have on, so I can't really see the posts or the comments unless you come in and say anything on the StreamYard side of it. But anyway, yeah, I want this crap to stop. You know, I know that theoretically speaking, we all want everything to stop and we want to go back to yesterday. Hey Dallas, how you doing? Um, but yesterday, unfortunately, we cannot go back to, and I don't think we'll ever get back to 2 months or 3 months ago the way we were. There's not going to be the way we were. So with that being said, it's unfortunate that and I'm going to keep it real. And right now I want to talk to or address all of my sisters and brothers. And I got white ones, black ones, green ones, purple ones, yellow ones, orange ones. I got all colors under the rainbow. But I'm particularly talking about the melanated sisters and brothers right now. I want to talk to y'all for just 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes. Like 5 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on. 5 minutes, y'all. And I promise I'm gonna get up on off of this because I don't want my blood pressure to rise or anything of that nature. But the governor of the state of Georgia, first off, this man stole the gubernatorial election. Okay, he never once recused himself the whole time while he was running for governor as the commissioner who was in charge of voting. So he never recused himself from that. So it was obvious that he was going to tweak some things and do some stuff in order to blatantly steal the election from Stacey Abrams. And I know I've got some Republican friends, and right about now, you know, we're going to agree to disagree. I really, you know, I respect your opinion and this is mine, so please respect mine. But this is the same man less than 3 weeks ago stood at a podium outside downtown Atlanta less than 10 blocks from the CDC and said that he did not know that asymptomatic people could spread the coronavirus. Now, let's speed up and go 3 weeks forward. And this man decides that he's going to open up, starting today, massage parlors, tattoo shops, nail salons, hair salons, barbershops, bowling alleys, and movie theaters. If that's not asinine, I don't know what is. You see, a city, nor a state, nor an entire country should be run off of your fucking hunch. Okay? We don't have time to go off a hunch. We don't have time to think about my best friend Johnny, my best friend Sally, they losing money, so I'm going to sway some stuff their way to open up. But then, at the same time, I say this, and I hope someone sends this over to Kemp's office. You can't dance with the devil and expect the devil to play fair with you after the dance is over. You cannot, again, dance with the devil and expect that the devil is going to play fair with you after the dance is over. It doesn't work that way. The man who helped get him elected is the president of the United States. That's right, all breeding grounds for the virus. But the man who helped get this fool in office down here in Georgia is 45. Okay? Now, this is how this worked. He thought, I guess, that, and I'm talking about Kemp right now, I guess he thought that if I appease Donald J. Trump by hurrying and being the first to open up their state, I'm going to get some brownie points. Well, again, you cannot dance with the devil and expect the devil to play fair with you after the dance is over, because 45 threw him under the bus, drove across him, backed the bus up, and drove across him again, backed it up in reverse, and went forward across him again. Okay? This man did not agree. He got on national TV, the president that said he did not agree. He called him, phoned him. And when you get a call from the president and you're a governor of a state, you get a call from a president and the president said, I look here, I don't agree with what you're doing. You might want to take heed, but against the recommendations from this dotard number 45, who used just a little bit of common sense. Of course, someone advised him to call and make that call and suggest to him not to open up the state of Georgia because our numbers are still rising and our toll is still steadily climbing and our rate of infection is still climbing and our number of tests, we haven't done enough testing. We're on the short end of the stick when it comes to testing. We're one of the lowest testing states there is. But yet, the devil does not change. The devil does not change. He is the devil. That's why he's called the devil. He don't change. Now, some people are fooled by him, and the devil makes a fool out of people sometimes. But he doesn't change. You already know who he is. But this man didn't heed this call and this suggestion from 45. So now we have, oh, and I forgot to say gyms and fitness centers. Add that to the list of what was open starting today. And next week it's going to be restaurants and some other bullshit. But then I started to look at things in a different view. I started to look suddenly at the things that he announced and would not recant his statement and would not go back and reverse some things. I started to look at what people normally use these establishments. 65, 70%, 80% of African Americans love to go get their nails done. Love to go get goddamn pedicures, manicures. Love to go get their hair dyed, fried, and laid to the side. They love to do this. Okay? Black men, they go to the gym like they're going to the nearest club. A lot of them. All right? They love to hang out at LA Fitness. Gyms are the most nastiest, unsanitary places you ever want to. Fitness centers are the most nastiest, unsanitary place you ever want to set foot in. Okay? Long before any virus or anything of that nature. You can pick up all kinds of stuff out of a fitness center. Okay? Exercise equipment is lined up row after row after row after row after row. Sweaty bodies, people dripping sweat, dripping, coughing, sneezing, whatever. Farting, belching, whatever they're doing. It's all over the place. One of the nastiest places you want to go to. But we go. We go for fitness. We go for, our health. We go for other reasons. We're a gym rat. We want to be buff. We want to look good for the summer. We want to tone our muscles. We want to do this. We want to do that. It's all fine and dandy. But I started to look again, folks. I need y'all to be prepared. I need y'all to wake up. And I need y'all to be ready. And I need y'all to stay ready. Because the amount of African Americans that visit all of the places that I just named off is large population of people that do that, especially here in the state of Georgia. So we already know that the COVID-19 virus is harshly affecting African American communities because a lot of the communities don't have the proper PPE equipment. They don't have proper testing. They have little or no outreach to these people to get them to medical clinics to even be tested. Some people don't have insurance. Some people are on the lower end of the totem pole. They can't afford to just run to the doctor. They can't afford to pay the copay. They can't afford to purchase medication or whatever, so they don't go to the doctors. You got some people that go to the gym and go get their nails done, their hair done, their feet and toes done, but they won't go to the doctor and see about themselves. Okay? I'm not saying that's right. I'd say that's a whole goddamn another topic. That's the whole topic for another discussion another day. But I'm looking at it like, okay, now these same people that go and give their monies to the hair salon, the nail salons, the manicure shops, the pedicure places, the massage parlors, the tattoo shops, are some of the same people that work an average job, that are sitting home, that are getting more than they've ever gotten before from the pandemic unemployment, $600 a week, plus on top of whatever their regular unemployment is if they're getting the unemployment. Now, trust and believe, you got people complaining. You got some bigots complaining that the waitress from the Cracker Barrel shouldn't be making more than he or she's bringing home, sitting on their asses. They should be in that restaurant slaving in that kitchen and cooking our food. So when we go in there and set our asses down at the table, we can leave that waitress because she only gets $2.13 an hour. We can leave her $2 and we had 8 to 10 people sitting at the table and walk the living shit out of her. And you sat there for 2 hours and you left her a $2 fucking tip and then threw some change on the table that you had in your pocket. Bullshit like that. But these are some of the same people that's going to run in those nail salons, run into these hair salons, run to the barbershop, run your ass into the gym because the governor said we can do this and he didn't open it up, so they must know what they're doing. You got some people that's uninformed, uneducated, and you see, I learned a long time ago, I'm allergic to stupidity. I am fucking just really allergic to stupidity. And I also found out during my years of coming up through the ranks, you can't fix stupid because I've tried. I've tried to fix some people. I literally have tried to fix some stupid people and I couldn't. With all the tools and stuff that I've had and everything, I couldn't fix them. I gave up. Once I realized you can't fix stupidity, I said, well, damn, no wonder I'm allergic to stupidity. So these are some of the same people that's going to perish. Okay. One, we got to hurry up and get them because my constituents are complaining because all these black folks are getting more than they should be getting, more than they ever made before. So we got to hurry up and get their asses. We either got to kill them or we got to hurry up and get them kicked off of unemployment. Because if your job calls you back at these damn restaurants or whatever, you can't stay on unemployment. You can't refuse to go back to work. You can refuse, but then you're going to get kicked off of unemployment. Okay? So you got to look at this several different ways, how this is going to affect people. But just because you have a few extra hospital beds that are still open, you don't want it to be filled to capacity like New York and some other places. But our numbers are steadily rising. We've opened up too soon. Then on last night, you had some lowlives, pieces of trash, text Keisha Lance Bottom, the mayor of Atlanta, all kind of racist shit, and told her, shut your mouth and let the people go back to work, and all kind of just crazy stuff. Now, I'm going to say this, enough is a fucking enough. First off, you already got men, and white men especially, think that some of them, I'm not talking about everybody. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm not talking about my friends. Not at all. And I'm not talking about a lot of people I've met along the way. But you got some white men that already think that the black female is worthless. You have some men, unfortunately, think that the black female deserves to be talked down to and be rated. Okay? But this is somebody's mother. This is somebody's sister. This is somebody's child. Still, somebody's daughter, somebody's auntie, or whatever. You send some racial ass bullshit text to the mayor of Atlanta about shut your mouth and get them ends back to work and all kind of other crazy stuff. That's crazy. That's sad. Okay? But I'm going to stand with this woman because she's my sister. Okay? I'm going to stand with her because she's a female. I'm going to stand beside her because it's the right thing to do. If she was white, black, green, blue, yellow, it don't matter. And I'm going to encourage any and everybody that listens to PG, any and everybody that is in the Georgia area that may have friends, family, or whatever, encourage them not to go to these establishments. Encourage them not to go. The reason our numbers have been a little bit lower all this time was because people were sheltering in place, because people were trying to do the right thing. Okay? Not because this shit is just disappearing and it's just going away miraculously and would one day disappear like 45 said it would. No. It's because people took a stance and was trying to do what they could do in order to flatten the curve. Our curve is not flattened. We have not reached our peak yet. They said that won't come until the end of the month, possibly the first week in May now. That's a problem. But you open up these places, but you won't open up schools. Think about that. While you hold up somewhere in an underground bunker somewhere or in a sheltered place, you don't have to deal with any of this. But if I had my way, Kemp, you would have to go to every establishment that you wanted open. I'd make sure your ass, I'd drag you through every last one of them. Okay? And if you come out all of them, if it took 2 weeks to get you through every last one of them, that's fine. Monday through Friday, we making stops at every one of these places. You got to go in, you ask for lunch, you talk to the people, whatever. You think that, okay, it's necessary to get the economy started. You can't have a viable economy, y'all. Pay attention. You cannot have a viable economy with dead people. Dead people don't spend money. Okay? Dead people do not work. Dead people don't hold jobs. They don't go to work. And they certainly don't spend their money after they're gone. So I'm trying to figure out how you're going to have such a wonderful, vibrant, and prosperous economy when your death toll is going to rise. When people are going to be sickened. Some may not be sick enough to be hospitalized, but they're going to miss work. They're going to have to take off because of loved ones, because of family members, because of other things. I want to know, how is this economy supposed to be vibrant and supposed to be flourishing when you open this state up too soon? You see, because we could have that second wave, even though we're not finished with the first wave yet and they haven't even reached our peak here in Georgia. This could be devastating in the worst possible way. Other states as well. So wherever you are, pay close attention, y'all, to what you're doing, to what your state and local officials are doing. Because not everybody has your best interests at hand. They're willing to sacrifice. Some states, some elected officials are willing to sacrifice your life for a dollar bill. Enough is enough. While you fools go out there and protest about people wanting you to stay home and be safe, you want to get out the house and you want to do this and not wear a mask or whatever, you should be out there protesting and damn near rioting in the streets behind the stupid bullshit like this. But because people are trying their level best to keep themselves calm and trying to work things through their head and work things out in these various and different communities and from all walks of life, everybody is trying. But you got some folks that just don't seem to get it. Nothing that anyone does is going to be right in their eyesight. I say it again, you cannot dance with the devil and expect that at the end of the dance that the devil is going to play fair with you at the end of the dance. That's not going to happen. Dr. Birx, prime example. 45 gets on TV yesterday and says possibly can inject some disinfectants in the body. And then get some sunshine and something else he said, air or whatever. I don't know. Because the man, he infuriates me when he talks. Anyway, so I'm not even, but this is what this man says. And I didn't even write any notes on it because it was just to say that it was just appalling. It was just unbelievable. And I knew today when I woke up and the Lord said the same, and he woke me up and started me on my way today. that he was going to come back with a lie, and he certainly did. He says, "No, that's not what I said. Y'all took it out of context. I was talking to the reporters. I wasn't talking to anybody. I wasn't talking to the scientists or anybody." So I knew he was going to lie. He was trying to figure his lie out or straighten it out or whatever. So the White House covered for him and whatever. But I'm saying that to say this. Y'all don't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. And for heaven's sake, if you weak-minded and you love, hey, Tim, how you doing, man? I'm sorry I missed your call. I saw you call the other day. I just wasn't able to answer. But trust me, I'm going to get up with you soon. But y'all don't drink the Kool-Aid, y'all. That man is crazy. He couldn't be no more right than, this man is he's nuts. And we got other nutty people in the fruitcake, because see, this is a whole fruitcake right by now. It's like a goddamn peanut gallery. So now you never did have a leader, and we got a serious crisis going on. So we ain't got a leader. We don't have that. So what we were doing as people of this great nation is looking to our state government and city government for leadership. Lysol, the makers of Lysol, this morning, I get a tweet. Some people, they went crazy saying on their website, they were tweeting about it. Please do not inject or ingest any of our chemicals. They are not safe. The manufacturers of Lysol, disinfectant, other people, Clorox, all these other people, please do not inject this into your bodies. But you got people that believe every word, and they believe that Donald Trump is doing such a wonderful job. And I guarantee you there's going to be people taken to the hospital because they done drank some damn bleach, some Clorox, some Lysol, done something crazy because the president said it. You had the lady lost her husband, the lady and the man, they took chloroquine. The man died a couple of hours later. Had to rush the husband to the hospital. That woman, I think she's still in the damn ICU. Maybe she out by now. Reason why, when they asked him, well, what possessed you to take? Well, the president said to take it, said it was a good drug. We thought, don't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't believe a word he says. Now you got some states, like state of Nevada. You got the governor and the mayor of Las Vegas. I looked at that interview with that woman on Anderson Cooper, and I went and got me some popcorn. You talking about a damn buffoon? Shit. But I thought he was bad. You better go look at that interview, Tim, with that mayor from Las Vegas. I say, well, goddamn. Either she was drunk or she crazy. One of the two, or both, perhaps. I'm thinking this lady is either insane or she drunk. She done had too many damn martinis early in the afternoon. Her ass was drunk. Something was wrong. That one was not making any sense. The interview, and I'm all over the place, but the interviewer, Anderson Cooper, asked her, well, what is your plan to open up the city, and what are you telling them to do? Well, that's not my job. That's what she said. It's not my job to have a plan. That's not my job. That's up to them. I don't own the casino. This is what this lady says. I mean, and if that's not crazy, I don't know what is. You got a mayor of a beautiful city of Las Vegas on national TV talking some crazy ass shit. She was just like going on and on. Then we got the governor in Georgia that opened up these places. You got all kinds of. Then we got the mayor of Atlanta getting racist tweets and racist text on her cell phone. Got a lot going on, y'all. Then we got the buffoon dotard craziness 45 yesterday telling people, well, let's try to. What about sunshine again, disinfectant, putting the disinfectant inside, or maybe some kind of bright light or something. He's talking about a UV light. He didn't understand what UV is. I'm pretty sure he doesn't, but or how that works. But this is crazy. So I say enough is enough. You gotta take a stand, y'all. Please be on guard. Please be prepared. Please, 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 please be informed, because an informed person and a group and people can make informed decisions and better for themselves and their families. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Be informed, be prepared. Stores are running out of stuff still. A lot of stores have not continued to stock their shelves because they can't get some of these things, these items any longer. There's a run on them. You've got all kinds of things going on. We got more meat packing plants shutting down. We got, it's just a lot, y'all. We got the oil and gas company industry. I mean, in the negative integers. I mean, basically worthless, paying people to take the crude oil off their hands. I mean, what? We got a problem. We got lots of problems, y'all. Lots of problems. But I'm coming on and I'm saying enough is enough. God damn it, enough is enough. The buck stops here with this craziness. The only places of worship. Oh, I forgot he wanted to add places of worship. Y'all Christians, everybody that's on their journey, Christian journey, to whatever you do, whatever, the mustard seed of faith parable. If you have just a mustard seed of faith, then you should know, or you should be able to sustain yourself, read your Bible, look at your pastor, bishop, preacher, teacher, or whomever on social media, on YouTube, whatever, however you can, to get the word, without physically going and subjecting yourself to some type of virus or potential disease that you may not be able to get rid of, or potentially, destroy your life. Please, 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 y'all, do what is necessary in order to keep you and or both your family safe. Unfortunately, some people are on the front lines, and I commend those people. I say salute. I take my hat off to you, because without you, I wouldn't be able to go to the store and check out, or I wouldn't be able to, go to the pharmacy and pick up my medication if they were closed or whatever. So thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. All of the nurses and healthcare people, from the people answering the telephones at the hospitals and clinics, to the people sweeping the floors, to the security officers, to the nurses, the doctors, the ultrasound techs, the x-ray technicians, everybody, the MRI technicians, everybody, thank you, because you don't have to do it. You have, when you up, doctors and nurses and what have you, you probably have time stored up and different things. You could just say, well, I'm just not going to go. I'm going to lay out. I'm not going to do it, whatever. Thank you, because you don't have to do it. You don't have to be there. But y'all, please, 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 enough is enough. Let's take a stand and be united in not going to these establishments, so that they can, unfortunately, have to close their doors again, because it's unsafe for the worker bees. It's unsafe for you to be going up in there. And at least if we don't go, yeah, some of those businesses stand a chance of losing their entire business. Okay, I get that. But, I just can't trade $1 for somebody's life, y'all. I just don't see that. That's just not who I am. And that's just not what I believe. And I'm not trying to, push my beliefs on anyone that's listening, or that may happen to come onto my channel or happened on my channel. I'm not trying to do that at all. All I'm saying is, let's take a stand. If you believe that it's unsafe to go to these establishments, don't go. If you believe that it's safe to go on out there. Carry your ass on out there. Do what you do. You know? And may the Lord add a blessing to it. But I would shudder to think that at least 80 to 90% of the people who tune into me have good common sense, and they're going to use good common sense and good measure and be able to discern what's safe and what's unsafe. Because remember, if you go out and do it and you have a wife or a husband and children at home, grandchildren perhaps, nieces, nephews, whatever, and they're around, it's not just you anymore. At that point, you don't know you have it. You could be a person that's asymptomatic, but yet you're endangering the lives of others that could be around you. You know, if you are a worker bee and you happen to go to those establishments and then you carry yourself back to work or whatever, you could be endangering the lives of others that work with you. So it's this whole chain reaction that could occur. So let's try to remain vigilant. Let's try to be safe. Let's try to be proactive instead of reactive. Just hold out a little while longer. Just a little while longer, y'all. And maybe, just maybe, by mid-May or end of May, we can really start to peek our heads out and maybe do a little bit better and be able to do a little bit more than we're doing now. With that being said, I've been on here about 36 minutes. It's not going to be a long talk or a long show tonight. You know, I just wanted to come on and say a few things, you know, that's been eating away, toying at me, you know, tugging at my spirit, you know, on my mind. Just wanted to share those thoughts with you. You've been listening to PG with Unapologetic Tea Time, and that is me, your host. Don't forget to go over to my blog at www.unapologetic-time with pg.com, and you will see some articles and some helpful tips and a lot of good information that you can perhaps use or share with others who you think may benefit from it. Also, keep in mind that in the next few weeks, Social Security recipients should start receiving their stimulus checks through direct deposit and or whatever way that you normally would get your check. I guess, you know, some people will be getting it in the mail. Others who haven't filed yet or what have you for their income tax or whatever, or even from last year, you'll be getting the paper checks. Those are supposed to start going out at the end of the month or the first week, I believe, in May. So start looking out for that. I understand, according to the IRS's website, it's going to take a while. So some of you may be waiting a little while longer than others. I don't know. Just stay vigilant, stay prayed up, stay focused. You know, try to pinch off what you can. Try to call and ask for any deposits that you have. If, you know, utility companies made you pay a deposit in 5-10 years ago or whatever, maybe they can get that deposit back to you if you're in good standing. You know, that's just a little food for thought. It doesn't hurt to give them a phone call. All they could say is yes or no. Don't forget that the insurance companies, car insurance companies, are giving a certain percentage of your premium back to you. Some are doing it in the form of a credit towards the next month's premium, or the following month's premium would be in June. Some are actually going to send a little check via in the mail to you. And then some of them actually, probably if you have automatic debit, some of them may actually put the money, you know, in your account. I'm not really sure how all of the insurance companies, because there's quite a number of them. The major ones, I do know that some of them are going to send checks. State Farm said that they're going to do it in the form of a credit. I'm with State Farms for house insurance, as well as automobiles. So it's like, okay, that's fine. They're giving back 25%. Geico is giving something back. Allstate is giving something back. Travelers Insurance, I think, is giving 15% or 20%, something like that. There's quite a number of insurance companies. Also, your charge accounts or your credit card accounts. If you see where you can't pay next month coming up in May, go ahead and give these folks a call and see what it is that you can work out instead of ruining your credit scores, ruining your credit. Maybe there's something that you can work out with them. At the same time, don't forget that all over the nation, a lot of people need to purchase food and what have you, and it's kind of tough right now because prices of the food and everything is going up. So don't forget about your farmers markets and your co-ops where you can get, some fresh vegetables. They're a little bit cheaper than the grocery stores. Also, you can call around and find out your food pantries. Some churches are still doing like the drive up food pantries where they have a little box or some, little tote bag of goodies for you. And all you have to do is contactless. You just pop your trunk or whatever, or open your back door or whatever, and they will place the items in your vehicle, and you just drive on through. So that's a good thing. I'm not sure where all of them are because, like I said, I'm here in Georgia. I know some here in Georgia is doing it. The lines are relatively long, so I've heard and so I've seen on the news. But if you need something, y'all don't sit on your hands. Sometimes we got to put our pride aside and we got to do what we got to do that's necessary so that we can provide for yourself and or your family or both. If you need a little extra hand up, then go to the food pantries or whatever. See what it is that is available in your area and what resources you may have in order to lighten your financial load some. That may be a week's worth of supplies of groceries that you may not have to purchase. So hey, every little bit helps. Also, while I was thinking, there's a few things, of course, that you can do to save a few dollars. You can go on to my blog at www.unapologetic-time-with-pg.com and look down and you'll see money saving apps somewhere in the blog. I have a big article on that, and I gave out a bunch of codes that will get you back. I think with Ibotta, you'll get like $10 or $20. You'll get a sign up bonus. Plus, every time you go, you go and you get your groceries every couple of weeks or every week or something. You can save on things that you were ordinarily going to buy anyway. Yeah, so I mean, a savings is a savings, a help is a help, and it is what it is. No, I'm not getting rich off of it or anything of that nature, but I'm just simply giving you the codes. I may get a little percentage from them. It's usually like a couple of pennies here and there. It doesn't make me or break me, but at least you're the one that gets the benefit of it by being able to use those different money saving apps in the local stores where you are, and save that money. That money that you're saving could be applied to perhaps a bill or could go on to maybe purchase a little bit more food than you normally would because you actually are saving a little bit more on that grocery bill. So now is the time to keep exploring ways to save. If you have a patio, or say if you have a little small backyard, whether a front porch or whatever, you can put a couple of packs of garden seeds in a couple of pots, or maybe buckets or whatever, and you could plant yourself a little small garden. If your family likes tomatoes and lettuce or some things of that nature, you could plant that. And at least if you like fresh tomatoes, you don't have to spend, $3 or $4 on tomatoes any longer. You will have those tomatoes growing for you by summer. And you can just pick them off and go in the house, wash them, and hey, you got fresh tomatoes, and you know where they're coming from. They came right out of your garden that you grew without, pesticides or chemicals or whatever. Or if you do have to use something, then you know what you used on it to curtail the bugs or what have you, versus you don't know what's what's what, how that tomato or that piece of fruit or whatever has been sprayed, or what it's been sprayed with or even injected with to make it grow a little bit faster or to grow larger. Um, so yeah, seeds still aren't very costly, and there's still time to plant some things. So, you can go to the Dollar Tree, maybe get a couple of uh, mop buckets for $1 or something. That's perfect to start with right there. It's better than nothing, and there's no time like the present to do these things. It can only help uh, spread your income a little bit further. The more you're able to save, the more you can apply that to something else, maybe building your emergency fund a little bit more, padding that a little bit more. Don't forget that uh, there are there aren't a lot of great food sales going on right now, but there are some bargains to be had. And for instance, when you are shopping in the grocery stores, whether it's male or females, don't forget to go down your aisles right quick and look, just scan and see if it's something that perhaps has a closeout tag, meaning that perhaps they're probably going to get that same product in. It's not being discontinued necessarily, but maybe in that particular size, or it's not going to be in that shape of a bottle or container any longer. So you could take advantage of that when they mark those things down. It's still on the shelf, it's still good and everything. It's just that they're no longer going to carry that particular brand or that particular size or style, and you can get it at a savings. Actually, today, when I went to Kroger's to pick up my weekly stuff, fresh stuff, I went over in the frozen food section, and they had quite a number of frozen entrees. In fact, the Amy's organic entrees, they had a lot of stuff that I really like. And man, I was able to score, I think I got like 5 or 6 of the entrees, and they were only $1.60 compared to, I normally, if I was going to buy 5 or 6 of them, they would have cost me, like, normally some of them are normally $4.49 regular price if no coupons or anything, and then some of them a little bit bigger portion size, they're usually $5.29 each. So I mean, I was like, wow, because my freezer is pretty full, and I knew I could squeeze that in there, and I was like, wow, I'm gonna grab these because this is a damn good deal. $1.60. I mean, it's really good, and they have really good product. So I mean, when you can, if you're on that aisle already and you have to pick up something, just look around and see if you see one of those tags, and they're going to be bigger than your regular shelf tags, y'all, and you can easily spot them, and they want you to spot them because they want to clear that area out for that new product. So you can take advantage of, that's just a little tip for you when you're grocery shopping. You can take advantage of things like that and kind of pad your wallet a little bit and not have to put out. But that could have been an extra lunch that you get to take to work, or if your husband works or whatever, that could be something you could send him or her or your wife or whatever to work with. Or if you coming in from work and you don't feel like cooking, then you have something that you can put in the conventional oven or microwave or whatever you use. And it's a great little meal. You can add a salad to it or maybe a little dessert or something, and you're good to go. So that was a savings for me, and I took advantage of it. I didn't go in to buy that. But I was like, wow, I can't pass this up. I had the extra money, and bam, I jumped on it. And that's what happens sometimes. If you only have a couple of extra dollars, I mean, sometimes the door will open up for you and you're able to get, something extra. Because right now, we don't need to be running out to the stores every day, every other day, and all that. Once a week or every other week, is a decent amount to go to the store or whatever. But with that being said, y'all, it's nearing 50 minutes that I have been on here. Of course, I got the gift of gab and trying to give out some much information as I can. The last thing that I want to close out with is uh, let's see, about, well, I'm not sure when that thing is going to go off, but I do have 2 new articles that will be uploading. I had it set, it was supposed to upload at 12 midnight, but I'm on Tumblr right now on my phone and I'm looking and I don't see my articles. So probably within an hour or two, the new articles will be on Tumblr. And I'm talking about other ways to, to save, such as perhaps opening up a checking account with an online bank, and that way you'll have a little debit card, but then they're also giving you like something to, to open it up, like a little give back. Say for instance, you keep the account open for 90 days, they give you $10, $20, $25, something of that nature. Yeah, so I mean, even though you open it up for with $5 in it or whatever, and somebody told me I'm gonna give you $25 in 3 months. $25, we're not talking about a lot of money, but for me doing absolutely nothing, just putting $5 in that account, and that account is open, hey, that's a free $25 that I'll have in 90 days. 90 days flies by so damn fast until like whoop, there it is. You know? Um, it is what it is. Those little small things, y'all, believe it or not, it adds up, in the long run. Those little things add up. So, with that being said, I wish you all safety and prosperity, and keep doing what you do. Let's all take a stand and try to stay home when you can and where you can. Try to keep you and your family members as safe as they can. And don't forget, there are some resources out that are available. Sometimes we do have to look hard for them, and sometimes we don't have to look so hard for them. Sometimes they're right under our nose, but we have to, lay down the pride and humble ourselves a little bit in order to get what we need. Okay? Because a lot of times there's resources and there's people put in places to give you or to supply you your need, but if they don't know that you need it, hey, it is what it is. And like the old saying goes, y'all, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, the one who hollers loudest gets noticed. It is what it is. So just let that marinate for a little while and think about that. um I know that pride can get you in our way sometimes. I really do. I know all about that firsthand. Before I close out, I want to say thank you for everyone that tuned in. Thank you for my loyal YouTube subscribers, and thank you in advance to all of my new subscribers that will be subscribing. Please do me a favor, smack the thumbs up button, share this vlog, share my blog over at www.unapologetic-time-with-pg.com. And while you do you, I'm going to do me. Y'all be good. Y'all be safe. And I will talk to you later. Bye now.